Oh, the irony, the poetic justice of it all. You see, life has a way of balancing the scales, doesn't it? They thought they were untouchable, that their cruelty would never catch up to them, and then you entered their life, not as a victim, not as a pawn, but as karma dressed in human form. You were the reckoning, the embodiment of every consequence they thought they'd escape. Every tear they caused, every heart they broke, every lie they spun. They were all waiting for the moment you'd step into their story and flip the script. You weren't just another chapter in their life, you were the plot twist, the one they never saw coming, the one who showed them that actions have consequences. And oh, how they must hate the mirror you held up to them, a mirror that didn't lie, that didn't sugarcoat their flaws, their failures, their cruelty. They thought they could keep running, keep hurting others without a second thought. But life doesn't work that way, does it? You were the storm that rolled in to shake their foundation, to show them the cracks they tried so hard to hide. Every word they spoke, every action they took, it all came back to haunt them through you. You weren't the punishment, they brought that on themselves. No, you were the lesson, the teacher they didn't want, but desperate hell needed. And now, as they sit in the ruins of their home thinking they can't escape the truth, you were there to show them the weight of their choices, the depth of their selfishness, the pain they caused to so many others, and that realization, that's the real punishment. They thought they could break you, thought they could use you like they used everyone else, but you weren't there to be broken. You were there to show them what happens when you underestimate at the wrong person, of how they must replay every moment, every mistake, every word they wish they could take back. But regret doesn't come with an unknown button, does it? No, it's a shadow that follows them, now a constant reminder of the one they let slip away. You were the reckoning they never expected, the force they couldn't control. They thought they were in charge, thought they held the power, but you showed them the truth, that their power was an illusion, a fragile facade that crumbled the moment you walked away. And now they're left with the emptiness, the silence, the echoes of a life they once took for granted. They're left wondering how they could have been so blind, so foolish, so utterly incapable of seeing what was right in front of them. They thought they'd move on easily, thought they'd replace you like a piece on a chessboard. But life doesn't work that way. You weren't a pawn, you were the queen, the one they should have protected, cherished, and valued. And now they've lost you forever. Oh, let them try to forget. Let them drown themselves in distractions and fleeting moments of superficial happiness. But deep down, they'll always know, they'll always feel the weight of what they lost, the gravity of their mistakes. You see, you weren't placed in their life by accident. No, you were sent as a response, a reaction to the harm they caused. You were the universe's way of saying enough. Enough of the lies, the manipulation, the hurt, and enough of the games they thought they'd always win. They thought they could run from their past, from their wrongdoings, but you showed them that no one can outrun karma. It always catches up, and when it does, it's not pretty, it's not kind, it's a reckoning, and you were that reckoning. Every time they see your name, hear your voice in their memories, or feel the ache of your absence, they're reminded of the truth that they weren't the heroes of this story, they were the villains, and you were their justice. They thought their charm, their games, their manipulation would work on you like it did on everyone else, but you weren't there to be charmed, to be played. You were there to call them out, to expose their flaws, to make them face themselves. And now they're left with the reflection. You showed them a reflection that can't escape no matter how hard they try, a reflection that reminds them of who they truly are, of what they've done on the people they've hurt. Oh, they'll try to rebuild, try to pretend they've moved on, but deep down, they know the truth. They know they'll never find another. You never replaced the lesson you brought into their life. And that truth, it'll haunt them forever. You were their test, their opportunity to change, to grow, to be better, but they failed. They chose their ego, their pride, their selfishness over the chance to become something greater. And now they're paying the price. Every relationship they enter, every connection they try to form, it'll all be tainted by the memory of you. Because once you've experienced the real thing, the genuine thing, nothing else compares. They thought they could escape their past, but you were the bridge between what they did and what they deserved. And now they're stuck on that bridge, unable to move forward, unable to go back. Let them sit with their regrets, their what ifs, their could have beens. Let them try to make sense of it all. But the truth is simple. You were their reckoning, their consequence, their lesson. And now they'll carry that lesson with them for the rest of their days. They sit in the silence now, don't they? It's deafening. That emptiness, every corner of their mind. It goes with the sound of your absence. It's a haunting melody, one they'll hum and regret for years to come. You see, they didn't just lose you. They lost their chance of redemption, their moment to be better. They thought they had time, thought they could string you along like everyone else, but the universe had other plans. Time isn't a gift for the selfish. It's a mirror for the deserving in their reflection. It's one of squandered opportunities and shattered illusions. Oh, they'll lie to themselves, won't they? They'll whisper sweet nothings into their own ears about how they're fine, about how losing you didn't hurt. but the truth will gnaw at them in the quiet hour, in the moments when their facades are down and they're left alone with their thoughts. Every memory of you is a weight they can't lift. They'll try to ignore it, bury it under distractions, but memories have a funny way of surfacing, don't they? They creep in when you least expect them, like shadows under the door. They'll see you in the faces of strangers, hear your laughter in the voices of others, and every time it'll be a dagger to their chest, a reminder of what they let slip through their fingers. Regret doesn't just sting, it eats away at the soul until there's nothing left but longing. You were a lighthouse in their storm, guiding them towards something greater, but they chose to stay adrift, lost in their chaos. Now they're left with the wreckage of their choices, stranded on the shores of their own making. They'll convince themselves they've moved on, that they're better off without you, but deep down they know the truth. Moving on from someone like you isn't moving on at all. It's settling for less, for shadows of what once was. And when they see you thrive, when they watch you soar higher than they ever imagined, it'll hurt them from the inside. They'll smile on the outside, sure, but inside, they'll crumble piece by piece. They thought they'd be the ones to teach you a lesson, but oh how the tables have turned. The teacher became the taught, and you were their lesson in humility and loss in the consequences of taking someone for granted. Let them fumble through their days, searching for something to fill the void you left behind. They will find it, they'll try, of course, but substitutes never measure up to the real thing, and you were as real as it gets. They underestimated you, didn't they? Thought you'd stick around, endure their nonsense, and play their games, but you were never one to beg, never one to settle for less than you deserved. And now they feel the void your absence created. Every tear they caused you has become their burden. Now they thought they'd escape unscathed, but the universe doesn't forget. You were the catalyst for their reckoning, the spark that lit the fire of their own undoing. They'll look for you in the arms of others, but they won't find you. How could they? You're irreplaceable, and every failed attempt at replicating what they had with you will only deepen their regret, their longing, their self-inflicted torment. Oh, they'll put on a show, of course, pretend they're happy, pretend they'd moved on, but the truth is a thorn in their side, a constant reminder that they lost something they'll never get back. They thought they could have losing you, thought they'd be fine, but they underestimated the depth of their own emotions, the weight of their own mistakes. And now they're drowning in a sea of what ifs, and could have been. You see, they didn't just lose a person, they lost an opportunity to grow, to be better, to rise above their past. And that loss, that's the kind that lingers, the kind that stays with you no matter how far you run. They'll replay every moment, every conversation, every choice that led to this, and each replay will feel like a dagger to the heart, a painful reminder of their own folly. Regret isn't just a feeling, it's a prison, and they're serving a life sentence. So let them sit in their gilded cages surrounded by the memories of you. Let them smile for the world while they cry in the quiet. Let them wear the mask they crafted so carefully, even as it cracks under the weight of their truth. You were the reckoning with their mirror, their lesson, and now as they navigate the labyrinth of their own regret, they'll carry you with them always, a reminder of the one they let get away. They thought they were untouchable, invincible, but you showed them the truth that no one is above the laws of karma, above the balance of the universe. They tried to play the game, but they didn't realize you were the game changer. And now, as they watch you thrive, as they see you rise above the wreckage they tried to leave behind, they're left with nothing but their own emptiness, their own failure, their own regret. So let them learn, let them grow if they can, but know this: you weren't there to stay, you were there to teach, to shake them to their core, to show them the cost of their actions. And you did that, you succeeded. They thought they'd hurt you, but all they did was strengthen you. They thought they'd break you, but all they did was prepare you for greater things. And now, they're the ones left broken, so raise your head high, because you were the blessing. They didn't deserve the justice. They couldn't escape the reckoning they'll never forget. And it, my friend, is the ultimate victory.